Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me, Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hey, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 299.
Are you out of your minds? Sorry.
Friday the 13th, part 7.
Oh, God, we're going with that one.
The New Blood. My name is Eric.
Oh, my name's Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Eric.
Just powering through.
Thank you. Good job.
Thank you.
Oh, Jesus.
So, what?
$2.99? Are you out of your mind? No? Nothing?
No.
I feel like that was like an ad thing for, I don't know, maybe the late 80s, early 90s.
Huh.
I don't know what it would have been for.
Drawing the line at $2.99?
No, not drawing on. That's a different thing. that lasted probably a lot less time than $2.99. Are you out of your minds?
I guess.
But I remember when DC announced that, I thought, $2.99? Are you out of your mind? It might not even be $2.99 in the ad. It was just something 99. Are you out of your mind?
All right.
I'll look it up. Actually, I'm gonna do it right now.
That's fair.
Yeah, because I want to know
All right.
what the fuck I'm thinking of.
Me too, honestly.
Let's see. Are you $1.99? Are you out of your mind? Denny's Grand Slam promotion.
What?
All right.
Must be a while. There hasn't been a Denny's in Dayton.
Denny's original Grand Slam breakfast is now just $1.99. $1.99? Are you out of your mind? Crazy. You get 2 eggs, 2 fluffy hotcakes, 2 bacon, and 2 sausages for just $1.99. $1.99? Are you out of your mind? The Grand Slam, the most famous cooked-to-order breakfast in America, just $1.99.
They usually don't make mistakes here at Denny's.
No mistake. At participating Denny's, the Grand Slam is just $1.99. Just $1.99. $1.99? Are you out of your mind? The original Grand Slam for $1.99. How long can this last?
How long can this ad last?
That felt very, very long.
When it started. Oh, man. That is an incredible deal for that much food,
That
though.
is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
It was like, it looked like it was early 90s.
Okay. Because, there has not been a Denny's in Dayton for at least 15 years.
For a while,
Yeah.
I don't know, the one on Main Street hung on for a while.
Yeah, but I still feel like that one closed a long time ago.
Yeah, I think it was before we moved. So
Yeah.
at least 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Denny's. I do like Denny's.
Yeah, you too. I wish there was one around.
Me too.
Yeah.
When I would take trips to Florida to see my friend Carrie, just the way it seemed to always work out is that I would fly in and get there at like midnight.
Sure.
And then she would have to drive up from, where she lived to the Orlando airport, which was about a 3-hour drive.
Oh, God.
And then we would hit Denny's.
Nice.
Which was just right outside the airport.
That's awesome.
And then make the drive back to her place.
All right.
And then, on my way back, we would hit Denny's.
Naturally.
On the way to the airport, because I usually wound up leaving at like 6 in the morning and having to be at the airport at like 4.
Right.
So, I make poor decisions that horribly affect others.
Oh, man. I have fond memories of when I was in high school, I did theater stuff.
Mm.
And after, like, performances or whatever, we would go to Denny's. Usually it was the one by the Dayton Mall at that time. That was where we would go to hang out in the wee hours. It was nice.
I did the drunk Denny's thing once at the one on Main Street after spending it was a horror convention at the Dayton Convention Center.
Oh, wow.
And I spent like all day there, and I drank all day there.
Oh, wow.
And then after the convention, there was a punk show at Elbows.
Okay.
So I went to that, and drank there quite a bit. And then it was also closing night of 1470s.
What is that?
It was a relatively big gay club in downtown.
Okay.
And my friends convinced me to go. It's a dance club.
Sure.
I had actually been there once before, but it was for a concert. But primarily it was a dance club.
Okay.
Not a dancer.
Sure. Yeah. I'm surprised to hear you went to a dance club.
Me too.
That you had been drinking quite a bit at that point.
I had been drinking quite a bit. I did not drink there because it was too crowded to get to the bar.
Sure.
And also too crowded to do anything else and too loud to do anything else. And again, not a dancer.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds just like a dance club, basically, from what I remember.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I was in my early 20s at this point. So nearly invincible, but also like 150 pounds fatter.
Sure, okay.
So fat guy especially does not dance. So I basically stood against a wall and waited for my friends to decide it was time to leave, and then afterwards we went to Denny's.
Nice. That's a nice memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Bloods.
I would much rather reminisce about Denny's than think about this movie any longer than I have to.
It was real bad. It was real bad.
Yeah, it was. This is by far the worst Friday the 13th movie.
Okay, good to know.
At least in my opinion.
All right.
It is just so bland.
Yeah. Which is weird, because there's a person in it with telekinetic powers.
Right?
You would think that would not be bland.
No.
But here we are.
I also feel like, so if you're a fan of these movies, you want to see Jason kill people.
Sure, yeah.
There has to be a fine line, though, between too much and not enough.
Yeah.
And like I think you mentioned in the previous episode, or maybe
we've done so many of these.
We have.
They all blur together.
But also, this past weekend, I listened to the How Did This Get Made episode of the Jason Lives that they did.
Oh, did they do that?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I just, I wanted to listen to it, and so I don't know if it was you.
or Jason Mantzoukas.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I'll take it. That's good company to be in. What's up, jerks?
I mean, he is a national treasure.
Yeah.
And you are pretty close to being a national treasure.
Maybe I'm a local treasure. Maybe.
Yeah. But they mentioned in the previous movie, which was Jason Lives, that, they enjoyed, or you enjoyed, the sort of vignette style of just random characters popping up.
I mentioned that.
Okay, all right.
That was me.
And then, we just see them, they get killed, and, we move on.
Yeah.
Here, there were, 30 characters.
Mm-hmm.
That never really get introduced that well, and they're all fodder.
Yeah,
and I didn't give a fuck about a single one of them.
100%. Other than Tina, and her mom,
and honestly, not even that much.
Yeah, I mean they were the main characters for sure, but yeah, they're not super well developed.
I would say the only real sort of emotional connection that you have to any, or at least that I did, was to seeing Dr. Cruz die.
Yeah.
Because he is such a scumbag that you're just waiting for it.
Yeah.
Because, his comeuppance is coming uppance.
Right.
But, everyone else, maybe, what was her name, Melissa?
Was she the redhead?
No, the blonde with the short hair.
Oh, was it Melissa? I might have been. I don't know. Honestly, that's another thing. Other than Tina and Dr. Cruz and her mom, and I think Kevin, was that the the cousin's name? No, okay. Then I don't know anyone's fucking name. And Jason. I know Jason Voorhees.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, you got Tina, right?
Yeah.
I don't think Tina's mom had a name.
I don't think she did, you're right.
Dr. Cruz, of course. Nick, as I believe who you were thinking of.
Yes, Nick Myers.
Yep.
Cousin of Michael.
Was it really?
No.
Okay. Oh,
But
that's right, but his cousin was.
His cousin's name was Michael. They should not name characters in these movies the same things as famous characters in other horror franchises.
You know what? I bet you it was a cutesy little wink.
Yeah.
Because the actor who played Michael Myers in the first movie was Nick Castle.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who went on to direct such fine films as The Last Starfighter.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And other things.
Nice. I've never seen that, but I've always thought it looked good.
Yeah.
I'd watch it.
Yeah. All right. Making a mental note.
All right.
I own it. So, yeah.
Nice.
So, maybe it was, kind of Michael and Nick, hey, we like you guys.
It's not as overt as the references in the last one were.
No, exactly. Man, I was thinking about references to things like that the other day, but this thought is going nowhere already.
Cut that.
Cut it? Yep. Pause for editing. Okay.
Oh, man. Yeah. Tina is a mutant. And, okay, so here's my theory. And you sort of mentioned it while we were watching the movie. There's a part where Jason falls through a set of stairs, and then he bursts out the side, and you exclaimed, Harry Potter? I had been thinking about Harry Potter already. So, in one of the opening scenes of the movie, we see Tina apparently kill her dad.
Yes.
With these telekinetic powers that she has.
Right.
Has she always had these powers? How did she get these powers? Jason was in the lake while she did it.
Was he?
I think so. I thought he was.
I don't believe so.
No? Fuck. Alright, that throws that completely out.
Yeah.
Because then later we see, Tina has visions of Jason's murders.
Right.
And in the Harry Potter books, there's a thing where, Harry has visions of what Voldemort is doing, and I don't know how far you got in those movies, if you finished them yet.
I have not, so
Okay.
We've got one to go.
Okay, so you're familiar with the Horcruxes.
Yes.
Okay. And so there is, I don't think it's a huge spoiler to tell you that Harry is a Horcrux.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe it is, sorry, if you care.
Feels like it.
I feel like you can figure it out though ahead of time.
All right.
But
Is that the scar?
yeah,
Okay.
basically,
All right.
yeah, like when Voldemort killed Harry's mom, a part of his spirit imprinted on Harry.
I feel like Stephanie's going to be real mad at me when I do not react to that revelation.
You can tell her it was my fault.
All
she
right.
can DM me and just yell at me as much as she wants.
All right.
But it was a thing that I figured out ahead of time
Okay.
when I was reading the books anyway. So maybe it's more obvious in the books than it is in the movies. I don't know.
Okay.
But so I felt like maybe there's a similar connection between Tina and Jason.
Right.
In that, she gets his powers from Jason somehow, Jason being a supernatural creature trapped in this lake. But if Jason wasn't in the lake, then fuck that. She just has random powers.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good theory. I like it,
Yeah.
and in practice, I guess. It's just, I do not believe it because, it's clearly a flashback. She's a little girl.
Yeah.
They probably would have shown him had he been, in the lake when that happened.
I could have sworn they did.
No, they did not.
Okay.
Maybe you're thinking of the prologue.
Maybe that's probably what I'm thinking of.
Where they showed the ending to the previous movie where
Right.
he is at the bottom of the lake. That also would push the timeline for these movies way far ahead.
Yeah.
Because she is, I don't I can't tell children's ages.
She's probably like 8 or 10.
Okay.
In that opening scene.
And then now probably like 18, 19.
Yeah.
So at least 10 years, which would put this like into the 2000s.
I did read in the trivia that the director said that Jason was trapped at the bottom of that lake for 10 years.
Okay. All right. Well, then maybe Jason was in there.
Yeah. No, actually, I guess I thought I remembered it that way, but I feel like maybe I did see something where there was debate about whether he was actually in the lake when that happened or not.
All right.
So I don't know.
So I guess by that theory, by Jason being in the lake, like let's say that he is.
Yeah.
Just him being there sort of made her manifest these powers.
I don't know.
Okay.
Wibbly wobbly.
I mean,
timey-wimey.
I'm perfectly okay with just, saying she's a mutant.
Sure.
And, like, in all good X-Men comics, that's, like, the right around the right age when a young person would begin to manifest their powers, and Professor X would come seek them out.
That is true. Okay.
And here, Professor X is played by Terry Kaiser.
Wow, he really is. He's seeking this kid out to manipulate them. I can see it.
I mean, okay, so maybe it's more of a Magneto thing.
No, see, the scene where Terry Kaiser is trying to get her to move the matchbook felt like the scene in First Class where Kevin Bacon is trying to get young Magneto to move the coin on the table.
Yeah.
Like exactly the same.
It's been a while, but I do remember that now. So you're saying that X-Men First Class was directly influenced by Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood.
Exactly, yes. Yeah, it's a complete ripoff. The whole movie.
It is weird when she does make a giant satellite dish turn at her will.
Yeah.
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 By crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very strange. Yeah. And then I did not expect the finale to take place in Cuba. That was very strange. Like, usually it's really contained to Crystal Lake.
Right. Well, that's just Jason exploring his teleporting powers.
Oh, right. Man, he really teleports in this movie.
He does. I mean, there is one explicit that I can think of where he does it.
You mean teleports underwater?
Yep. That is the one.
Yeah, that was the best one for sure.
Yep.
I do like, I don't know, appreciate, we get playful Jason back
a little
in this
bit.
movie.
Yeah.
Like, he's setting up bodies and body parts left and right for people to discover.
Yeah. So, as much as I did not enjoy this movie, I will say this has the absolute best kill in the entire franchise.
Oh, wow, okay.
Again, all my opinion.
Right.
But the sleeping bag.
The sleeping bag is incredible.
Yeah. I feel like I remember, years and years ago, just, flipping through channels on cable, and seeing that this movie was on, and it was like that scene.
Oh, wow.
And seeing the sleeping bag kill, and I was just like, oh shit, and then just immediately changing the channel. Which, honestly,
Yeah, you saw the best part.
Yep.
No, yeah, so the sleeping bag is a bright yellow sleeping bag.
Yep.
And as he's, dragging it out of this tent, it just looks like a giant banana. And then, yeah, he just lifts it and bashes it against a tree.
Yep.
And that's it.
Yep. So apparently this movie was cut to pieces.
That's what I read as well, yeah.
So the sleeping bag, apparently he whacked it 3 times in the original cut. Yeah.
That's excessive.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
Or comical. It could be, the Hulk smashing Loki.
Right.
It could just get to be so much that it turns around and is funny.
I honestly, you know what? I feel like a sense of humor is what this movie kind of severely lacks.
Definitely.
And, and I don't know if it's because the director, John Carl Buechler, I think is his name.
Yeah.
He was mostly an effects guy before, doing this movie. And I feel like, him probably coming from it at that angle, there probably would be a lot more, over the top with the gore and the gags and whatnot.
Yeah.
That probably would have, brought a different touch to this movie. Otherwise, it's mostly Jason bloodlessly killing like 30 people in this movie.
Yeah.
Although that is not true, because just before we started recording, we had a short conversation, and I looked it up. The body count for Jason up to this point in the franchise. So this is... Hold on.
Okay, crap, sorry.
So this does not include Friday the 13th Part 1.
Okay.
This does not include Friday the 13th Part 5.
Sure, because it's not Jason.
Exactly. So the Jason movies up to this point, Part 7, his kill count is 57.
Wow! That's still so many.
And actually, it's a little more because I did not count the ones that said they were not on screen.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah, and most of those take place in like a weekend.
Yeah.
If you think about 2, 3, and 4.
Exactly, right? But this
wow.
one does have an excessively high one because there's a lot of characters, and some of them who just show up randomly.
Yeah.
Even though they're supposed to have been there the entire time.
Yeah. It's real weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe their scenes got cut as part of the culling. Or
Maybe.
just to get it down for time or something. I don't know. It was real strange, though.
Yeah, super weird. Or just, they thought, oh crap, we don't have any black people in this movie.
That's probably more likely what it was. They filmed in sequence and they got 2 weeks in and they were like, oh shit.
Yeah. But hey, at least they weren't the first to die.
Right. That's true. Oof. Yeah.
And I don't remember their names.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I'm sure they had them.
Sure.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they were said once.
Probably. I feel like everybody's name was said at some point, but, I mean, all the guys looked alike.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the women, whether they looked alike or not, they at least all had the same fashion sense, so they might as well have been interchangeable.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just did not give a crap.
Yeah. It's very 80s looking wardrobe, which is weird for a movie that takes place in the early 21st century. Though I guess it had been 20 years, so, it rolls around.
Yeah, that's true. So are we going with that? This then takes place in 2000?
Yeah. Yeah, pre 9/11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and play it safe.
Okay.
And say 98, 99.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
All right. That's where I would have expected more of the women to have the Rachel. None of them did, though.
Oh, they're, college students,
It's
and
true.
some college students are just shitty about, popular culture, and you're just like, I don't watch Friends.
That's true. All right. I only watch John Hughes movies.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
That's what it was. This was a theme weekend, an 80s party.
Yes. All right. Wow, we cracked it.
And because Tina's been living in a hospital, she just doesn't know any better.
Right.
And,
yeah.
Most old people just sort of stop, changing their style at a certain point. So
it all makes sense.
Her mom is clearly just, still living in the 80s.
Right. So, did you read anything about the movie specifically beforehand? I know I read a bunch of IMDb trivia. I saw a couple things that I thought were kind of interesting.
I read the Wikipedia right after we finished watching just to see if there was anything of note.
Yeah.
The thing that stood out to me the most was that so this was initially they attempted to pitch this as a Freddy vs. Jason movie.
Right.
And then deals fell through, and then someone just sort of said, "Hey, what about Freddy versus Carrie?"
Which I had thought of while we were watching the movie.
Yeah.
Or I thought of Carrie, and I thought of Firestarter.
Yeah. I did actually think about Firestarter, at least during the matchbook scene for sure. But the other big thing that stood out to me was that apparently they wanted this to be a very like almost an art film.
Wow. Okay. Really?
They wanted like the producer. I think her name was Barbara Sachs or something like that.
Okay.
She basically said, "I want this to be the Friday the 13th movie that wins an Academy Award."
Wow.
And at one point, had talked to a person to direct this film. They had talked to other very high-end filmmakers.
Okay.
But one that they specifically mentioned, at least in the trivia section there, was a Mr. Federico Fellini.
Oh, man. What? Like, did he read a script?
I hope he took a meeting. I hope he considered it. I hope that he mulled it over for a while and ultimately decided to pass. But it weighed on him. I really hope that's how that played out.
Did he direct a horror movie at some point?
I don't know.
Who directed Alien Resurrection?
That was Jean-Pierre Jeunet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who has made amazing movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I like Alien Resurrection.
I've only seen it once.
It's not awful.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as everyone makes it out to be.
I heard all the problems with it are from the direction and not the script.
Oh, okay.
It was directed completely wrong.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, the guy who directed City of Lost Children and Delicatessen, he directed it wrong.
Yep. English is not his first language.
Well, sure.
He can't follow those Whedonisms.
Oh boy, how far has Joss Whedon fallen?
Just almost as far as you possibly can.
Right?
Yeah.
Kind of good?
Incredible.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa, boy. There's one shot that I really liked.
All right.
And I mentioned it to you while we were watching it.
Oh, yeah.
It's when is he a stoner guy? I think?
Yeah, that's his main personality trait. Yep.
The stoner of the group comes downstairs after having sex to get a snack.
Yep.
And it's sort of an overhead shot of the kitchen, and it's real dark. And he comes in with a flashlight, and then there's like a flash of lightning, and just real, like, easy to miss, Jason is standing in the corner of the room, completely still.
Very easy to miss.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yeah. I loved it.
You reacted, and that is the only reason that, like, I knew.
Yeah.
Because I said, what did I miss?
Right.
Because, I mean, you gave a standing ovation.
I did. I made you pause the movie for 15 minutes. I mean, it was like Khan in here.
Yeah.
Like, give that shot the Palme d'Or.
And, so then eventually you sat down, and then you allowed me to rewind it like a minute or so.
Yeah.
And then I saw the Jason.
Yeah.
It was really clever. It was really clever. I like that a lot.
Other than that, this movie's garbage.
Yeah, it's absolute garbage. So with the last movie, we ended the Tommy Jarvis saga.
Mm-hmm.
And so the thing about this movie is that it begins the run for Kane Hodder as the most consecutive actor to play Jason.
Okay.
People think he is the best Jason. They think he's awesome. From interviews I've seen with him, he thinks he's awesome.
Okay. He's just a dude in a mask who lumbers around. I mean, there's not a lot to it.
Right? I know this is blasphemy for Friday the 13th fans, but yeah, just big deal.
Yeah.
He's a big dude and tons of prosthetics. Who cares?
He's Bane.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned it a few times. He's basically Bane from Batman and Robin.
Right? Like he's no more or less physical than some of the other actors, and in fact, I think he's kind of less physical because he is more lumbering.
Yeah.
And this movie is straight up zombie Jason.
Yes.
He was in the last one for sure, but here it is like he is decaying. You can see his bones. He is gross.
Yeah, it's awful. There is a part that I actually thought was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like the mask, part of the mask is broken away.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see like his decaying cheek and like his teeth and his jaw. That I thought was kind of cool.
I will say this: it's the best Jason has looked so far.
Yeah.
The director, he designed the makeup for it as well. He said he wanted to create the definitive Jason, and I think he did. This is the Jason that I think about. The tattered clothing and broken mask and rotting parts, but just huge and lumbering.
Yeah.
And sorry, Kane Hodder, it's not a performance.
He has no lines.
Yeah.
He wears a mask over his whole face pretty much the whole time.
Yep.
There's no emoting.
Nope.
Like, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Is he the wrestler Kane?
No.
Kane is a different person. Okay.
Yeah.
He's another person who wears a mask named Kane.
Yeah. He's a stuntman. You know, he has been in several movies. Not as a masked lumbering figure. He's fine. He is. There's another horror franchise called Hatchet, which I love the first one.
Okay.
I have seen 2 of the other sequels with super duper diminishing returns.
Okay.
But he plays the killer in that too. Has more of a face, admittedly, and does give what I would consider a performance.
Okay.
He also, in flashbacks, he plays the character's father. And I will say this, he's good.
Okay.
In that, like, he gives, like, a real emotional performance in the first movie, playing, Hatchet's dad.
Sure.
But as Jason, sorry, it could have been anybody still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glad that you got to do 4 of these, but, and who knows, maybe in the next, 2 or 3 we'll see, but it's just you're just a guy.
I read that the director really pushed for him to be Jason after he saw him eat a worm in another movie.
Oh, it was more than just a worm. He had a mouthful of maggots.
Oh, that's awful.
That he spat out as his character rose from the grave.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this movie had, at the time it was made, had the longest sustained fire stunt on record. Kane Hodder, I think it was like 40 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, it's a long shot.
Yeah. And they filmed him like getting set on fire, and him being on fire for 40 seconds, which again at the time was the longest. I don't know what the record is now.
Yeah.
But Kane Hodder in the 70s, while filming a movie or some sort of stunt thing, got horribly burned in a fire stunt.
Oh my god.
I think he had like 2nd and 3rd degree burns like all over his neck. Like,
holy shit.
Yeah, like when you see him like, in a non-Jason role, you can definitely see the scarring on him.
Yeah.
And he just, once he healed, he was just like, I'm a stuntman, this is what I do.
All right, that's
like,
impressive.
I knew the risks. I don't think Kane Hodder is like a terrible person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think you did.
Yeah. Like I don't find myself slobbering all over him as Jason, as like everyone else seems to do.
Yeah.
He's fine. I mean, maybe if he had a utility belt like Jason did in the last one, which I wish I would have mentioned in the last episode. Because when I saw that for the first time and watched it last week, I was like, well, where did he get a utility belt? What does he have in there?
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, this movie sucks.
Yeah, it's not good.
Nope. And the ending.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, boy. So Tina, everybody else other than Nick, you said is his name?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody else is dead. And Tina, there's extended fighting between Tina and Jason, including the aforementioned Jason being caught on fire.
Yeah.
The house explodes for some apparent reason.
Gas.
Okay.
Gas pipes. I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then they're down on the dock, and I guess Tina summons the body of her dead father.
Yep.
To save them from Jason.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah. It's what the fuck.
So I mean, that's the one thing we did not mention so far was that that is sort of how everything kicks off in this movie. Is that she, as a little girl, kills her dad.
Right, with her telekinetic powers.
With her telekinetic powers, crushing him with a dock and drowning him in the lake.
Yeah.
Where Jason may or may not have been. And then, whenever this movie takes place, 1998, 1999.
Yeah, 10 years later.
Yeah. She's there for quote-unquote therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And she feels guilt about killing her dad with her evil telekinetic powers. And then she runs out to the dock and tries to raise him from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
But then accidentally gets Jason.
She missed.
Yep. Just because, Professor X hasn't taught her to control her powers yet.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Oh, fuck. Yeah, her dad's just been in the lake this whole time?
I guess so. Just hanging out with Jason down there.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta say, he looks pretty good.
He has not aged a day.
No. Hardly any rot on him whatsoever. I mean, it's just like, you look at someone, 43 years old who's lived a hard life, and you're just like, ooh, boy, and then that's Jason in this movie.
Yeah.
He has lived hard.
Yeah. And died hard.
Yeah. And meanwhile, her dad, is just chilling at the bottom of the lake, wishing for a drink.
Yeah. Wishing his wife was there so he could beat her some more.
Right?
Yeah, he's not a good person.
No, yeah. Why does she love him
it
so much?
Yeah, they both love him so much. He deserved to die. He's a bad person.
He was an alcoholic wife beater.
Yeah. Yeah.
In any other horror movie, he would wind up being the villain.
Exactly. Yeah. In another movie, he is the one who comes back from the lake,
right,
to kill everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah. Jason is there for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I almost felt like the end, like they were trying to mirror the end of the first movie, where baby Jason comes out of the lake and grabs what's-her-nuts out of the boat.
Yeah.
Like, it almost felt like that's what they were going for.
I could see that.
But it didn't work.
No, not at all. Because it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's real stupid.
This movie is stupid. And this is a Friday the 13th movie.
Right, yeah. That's really saying something. I read that this was supposed to be that Tina was supposed to be a recurring character after this.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously that didn't happen.
Nope.
The original title of this movie was Jason's Destroyer, which I guess would have been Tina.
Right, yeah.
So, they clearly went in a different direction.
Yeah, I mean, not that The New Blood is much better.
Right.
At least it kind of rolls a little bit better than Jason's Destroyer.
Yeah, it's not a good title.
No, not at all, yeah.
Oh shit! This one's was a slog.
Yep.
I know you paused it about 30 minutes in when it was time for the nudity.
Yeah.
And you were like, "It's been 30 minutes. We've waited long enough."
Yeah.
And I said, in complete seriousness, has it really only been 30 minutes? Like, this movie was 3 hours long, I swear.
When I paused it, I honestly thought it had been at least an hour.
Yeah.
And still, the fact that they waited 35 minutes for a nude scene in this movie, I thought was real restraint.
It was. You're right.
But yeah, this it's such a slow moving movie.
Yeah.
For as many kills as Jason has, I think it's because they're not fun.
Yeah, I think that with a movie like this, like all of these movies, I feel like sort of they just start and they go. Like you have to begin the movie with Jason coming back somehow,
right?
And then once Jason is back, then you're just waiting for him to kill people,
right?
And I feel like if it's not really well done, then there's not really any tension, and it just drags.
I still think back to what you said during the Friday the 13th Part 2 episode. And I really thought about it a lot while watching this. It's just like, there's never a moment where I'm even the least bit scared, or jumpy or tense.
Yeah.
And they try to do a shitty cat jump scare with the cat from fucking nowhere.
Yeah, the cat that we've never seen before has been in this closet for years?
Well, let's at least say days.
Okay. Still, it's weird.
It's at least day 3 of this party.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a little sick.
That's all right.
Yeah, just there's no tension whatsoever. Like I never gave a crap about him killing anyone, him sneaking up on anyone. No one's ever aware that he's there except for Tina.
Yeah. There is one shot where Tina sees him.
Yeah.
Like moving through the woods, and that excited me.
Yeah.
Like that I felt like was the first time that somebody may be able to get the jump on him.
Right.
And then he just teleports away. So it ultimately went nowhere.
Yeah, and even like the beach scene where he teleports into the water. Like the woman is swimming in the lake, and she looks and sees her dead boyfriend, who I thought was decapitated.
I thought he was too, but no, he was just cut up the middle of his face.
Okay.
It was weird though, because there's a closed caption of head thumps or something.
Yeah.
So I thought he was decapitated as well.
But every time Jason puts his corpse in a new place, he has his head still attached.
Yeah. That was his favorite corpse to play with. He did it in several locations.
Yeah. But
I was really proud of this one.
But yeah, it's just it's even the woman seeing his corpse on the beach, knowing that clearly he's been murdered, and then Jason teleport jumps out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Even that's not tense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just this whole movie was bad.
Yeah.
2 things going for it. Best Jason's looked. Sleeping bag kill.
Yes. That one scene in the kitchen.
In the kitchen
shot
scene.
in the kitchen.
Okay, three good things in this movie. The cat was cute.
The
4
cat was
good
fun.
things.
Yeah, that was a cute scene.
I like Terry Kaiser. 5 good things.
Okay. That's all I need.
I really do think Terry Heiser is an underrated actor.
He was great in this. Yeah, and the character that he's playing is a total piece of shit scumbag.
Yeah.
And just, he's great at that.
Yep.
It was excellent.
I mean, that is... I mean, hate to say it, that is pretty much what he was typecast as, and it's kind of perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He literally uses a human shield against Jason. You thought he was bad, and then he did that.
Right? I think the only thing that could have made that scene better, and him worse, is if he had, literally thrown her at Jason.
Right.
Which I thought he was going to do for a second.
He's basically holding her, not just in front of him, but,
at arm's length.
At arm's length.
Yeah, he's a great scumbag, and so, yeah, his kill is, the only kill that, you feel anything for, because you're just waiting for the moment for him to get it.
Yeah. I think what might have made this movie better, and I mentioned that Jason is really there for no apparent reason, is if Terry Heiser knew that Jason was going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Because, he brought Tina out there to get her stressed so that he could, get her to manifest her powers. If he had something to do with bringing Jason back, almost like a cabin in the woods situation, I guess.
I could... because
it would have at least tied it together a little bit more.
There is that scene where she's rooting through his desk, and she finds the clippings of all the Jason Voorhees articles.
Yeah,
and I wondered, so did he know?
I had that thought as well. Yeah,
but it's never explicitly laid out. It's never hinted at before any of this.
Yeah,
it's pretty much just him being a scumbag.
Yeah,
but not one with this crazy ulterior motive, and I think you're right. I think that would have helped somewhat.
Yeah.
And also, I hate to say it, less kills.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Fewer characters.
Yep.
More character development.
Yeah. That is honestly, with all slasher movies, if you have fully fleshed out characters, or at least as fully fleshed out as you can, and make you give a shit one way or the other, whether you're rooting for them to die or whether you're just rooting for them, it makes it so much more effective. And yeah, and this movie, even the characters we're supposed to care about, just did not.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about Carrie.
What, you mean Tina?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about Jean Grey.
Whoa.
Hey, guess what?
Fair.
I don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
She's terrible. There's a reason she died so much.
Oh, boy. Oh, shit. What's a good thing from this week?
You know what? Read a couple comics that I really, really enjoyed.
Nice.
The first one, I had no expectations going into it. I just thought, this looks dumb. And then I read it, and then I was just like, this is gloriously dumb.
Oh, I bet I know what it was.
Are you thinking that it might be the Jurassic League?
Yes. Best book of the week.
I would say second best.
Okay.
But yeah, it was so good.
It was awesome. It was way better than it had any excuse to be.
Yep. I remember when it was solicited, I was like, well, I like Daniel Warren Johnson a lot, but he's not drawing it. And I was like, yeah, this just seems dumb. I was like, hey, good. I'm glad he got this made. Good on him.
Yeah.
And then I did read it, and I thought the art was great. I cannot remember the name of the artist.
Juan Gedeon.
There we go.
Is the co-writer and the artist.
All right.
And Mike Spicer is the colorist.
All right. Good on you.
Thanks.
Art cred.
Could not tell you who lettered it.
It's fine. Well, let's credit somebody. Nate Picos.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was Tom Napolitano.
Okay, sure. But yeah, it was really fun, and like I said, it was dumb, but it was gloriously dumb. It was dumb in all the best ways.
Yeah,
like this movie should have been.
Yeah, it made me laugh.
Yeah,
there's genuine pathos.
Yep,
which I did not expect. It was really, really good.
Yeah. So if you're interested, this is a comic about the Justice League, but what if they're dinosaurs?
Yeah.
That's it.
That is it.
Yep.
It's great.
Yep. The best book that I did read, however, this week was 8 Billion Genies.
Okay. I haven't read that one yet.
I cannot recommend it enough. It is such an interesting premise, and at least in the first issue, they do like two things that made me think, like, Jesus Christ, that is smart.
Okay.
But also fucking hilarious.
Nice. All right.
So the basic premise of this is that all at the same time in the world, every single human being gets a genie. And they get one wish.
Okay.
So 8 billion people get to make one wish of their choosing.
So 8 billion wishes.
8 billion wishes.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
And chaos ensues.
Sure. As you would expect.
Yep.
So it almost sounds like Wonder Woman 1984.
A little bit. But if Wonder Woman 1984 were good.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
What about you, sir?
There's a Half Price Books warehouse sale this weekend. I know. You okay?
No.
No?
I gotta go to that.
It's tomorrow and Saturday.
At Better Center?
No, it's at
Sharonville?
No, it's near Sharonville. It's in Westchester, off of 275 down there. I'll send you a picture of the flyer. I've got it at home.
Okay.
Yeah, I forget exactly where it is.
Because, I mean, the Sharonville Convention Center.
It's not the Sharonville Convention Center.
Okay.
I was surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's not.
All right.
But yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I'm actually taking tomorrow off work to go down to that.
Nice. What time are you going?
It opens at 10, so I was gonna go early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta sleep during the day, but I can shift my schedule around. I don't think I'd get down there by myself.
Yeah.
Well, just, all fair conversation, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's I'm excited to have a day off of work.
Yeah.
And to go to that, and just hopefully they'll have some comics to root through, and
it's always fun to look anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right.
We're finalizing the adoption of our dog this weekend.
Yay!
So yeah,
he have a name yet?
His name is Pippin.
Yeah.
Short for Peregrine Took from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I thought it was about the musical.
Not the musical. Not Scottie Pippen.
Okay.
Spelled the same.
All right.
No, he's a hobbit.
Okay. Well, that's adorable.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'm glad that this dog has found his forever home.
Me too. Yeah, and I'm glad we can give it to him. I hope that he calms down a little bit, but we'll see.
Yeah. Keep reaching for those stars. As I say every single day about my cats, I hope you calm down someday soon. He will be here 2 years next month.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yep.
Oh, what's the next one of these?
So the next one is, in my opinion, a goodie.
Okay.
It's also one that a lot of people give it shit for stupid reasons.
Okay.
It is the second Kane Hodder one, of course.
Of course, naturally. The best Jason.
The best Jason ever. It is Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan.
Nice. All right.
We're going to New York.
Excellent. Fine. You know what? I'm sick of fucking Crystal H. Why do people keep going here? I'm excited to see a change of venue.
I'm with you. I am with you for sure.
It's weird that the title is a ripoff of a Muppet movie, but otherwise I'm excited.
I think it's brilliant that it's a ripoff of a Muppet movie.
What if they did one of those, remake the movie with all Muppets, but one person is a human? What if they did that with this, and Jason is the only human?
I'm in.
I would love it.
Totally in. You haven't even seen it yet, and you're in.
It's Muppets Jason Takes Manhattan. The crossover we need.
God damn it, it just writes itself.
Is Charles Grodin in that one? Or is he in the first Muppet?
I believe he is in... Is he the first one or the Great Muppet Caper?
Oh, maybe he's in the Great Muppet Caper. I don't know.
I feel like it's Caper.
I've never seen any of those movies. I know. I saw the 2009 one or whatever with Jason Segel.
I have not seen that one.
I enjoyed that one. I would like to go back. I have seen the Muppet Christmas Carol many, many times.
I've never seen that.
Oh, that one's so good. That one's great.
Right.
It's the best adaptation of A Christmas Carol.
Maybe this is what we do after Friday the 13th?
I would be so down for that. Off-air conversation.
Okay.
All right, next week, Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at view.guttertrash.net or at iTunes and leave us a review. Visit view.guttertrash.net for email information and links to Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next time on The Viewmasters.